out, everybody, and hello, Muddy. Thank you for the lurk. Hope you enjoy yourself. We are back as usual on Mondays with a bit of Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. Pardon the black screen as I get the game pulled up. There we go. So what were we doing? We had spent a lot of the last stream exploring a bit, and we probably will end up doing some more of that today as well. But let's see what we've got going here. We need 9 leather. I definitely have that. Soapstone and oak wood. Or stone in general and any particular. Does it have to be... Oh, okay, that does work. It doesn't have to be one particular kind of wood. And what do we have in terms of stone? I think that that covers that quest. So we need to make a flower pouch, which is any kind of orange dye. Wool cloth, silicone plates. That doesn't belong in there. You belong in the hostile mob's chest. So there's the 4 wool cloth that we need. Three wool, leather, silicone plate. Sorry about the sound of the fire. I've currently got charcoal being made out there. Apparently I also have bushes to plant. Another source of food. What did I need? I needed orange dye, which I have flowers here somewhere. And we've got ourselves a flower pouch. That's not the keybind that I wanted. So that pretty much finishes up this first page of quests, except for finding the Kirby, which we should be able to do as we're exploring. We do need to find some more astral sorcery shrines. Anyway... So, completing that quest gets us on the road of Botania. Need a sapling and a book. to create the guide. I should have some books left over still from raiding the village. And Botania is actually one of the few mods that I have some experience with. It tends to turn up in a lot of the mod packs that I play. So we'll keep that on us. The coins can stay here, that can stay here. That can stay there. Have food, have torches. Don't have a lot of arrows, but not much that can be done about that currently, because I don't have any flint either. Oops. Wrong keybinds. So 4 mystical white flowers, 4 mystical light blue flowers, and 2 mystical blue flowers. We should be able to find that pretty easily while we're out exploring. Because I do want to find a couple of more astral sorcery shrines. And collecting flowers is a good thing, because we will need all of these guys later, depending on how far they want us to progress through. How long they want us to progress through, or how far they want us to progress through Botania. I will eventually figure out the whole talking thing today. Maybe. So we've got the white flowers needed for the quest. Now just looking for light blue and blue. And collecting food along the way. Because until I get farms set up in an efficient manner, most of our food is going to be from foraging. Alright, I should have a boat somewhere. Apparently I have 3 boats in here. We are going out to brave the ocean. I do have earplugs in currently in case we run into a siren hive. It's not going to do much to help against sea serpents, which we do chance running into out here. And there's another Cyclops den. Should collect some snow. Well, we are over here because I don't actually know if I have any. I do have a shovel somewhere. I'm going to try not to disturb the Cyclops. Oh, he is home. That is cool. Must be one of the random builds that you can find across the map, but that's an ice dragon head. Huh. Bet there is a dungeon that we will probably go into at some point. Ow. And no such luck finding a Kirby here. Do need to remember where this is though and bring a crafting table back. If I can just kill the skeleton. Ow. Nope, kill the skeleton horse instead. And I'm pretty sure that that was also most of my arrows right there. So let's hope we don't run into too many other things trying to kill us. Ow! Spoke too soon. Oh, that skeleton just shot that polar bear. Ow. And now they've shot each other. While also being chased by the polar bear. And it's got, ow! And it's got 2 cubs! So cute! Ow! Hey! Hey! Jeez, Jeez, I was trying to help you. Don't come after me. Well, that's what I get for trying to help. Apparently I also get a horde of zombies chasing after me. Traveling at nighttime is rather dangerous in this mod pack. Ow. A logical person would ask, why am I trying to do this at night and not just going home, sleeping, and waiting for a more reasonable daylight hour? And my response to that would be, I'm not a very logical person. It's a den of pixies. They're not hostile, and you can befriend them, but they do tend to steal your stuff. And I would rather not have to go around chasing them to get items back. Ow. I'm gonna end up getting killed by a stone hoe. Should probably head home. Continue exploration during the day. That's another Cyclops den over there. Go away, zombie. Oh, and a spider. And some kind of cave down there. How? it is now daytime. So that should make exploring a little bit easier. Ow! Ow. Now would probably be a good time to have a boat in the hotbar. But I don't, and since my inventory is actually full, I'm going to go ahead and /home real quick. And on another note, I am going to step away from my computer for a second. Have to take care of a mess that little Miss Beardy left. So gonna go ahead and throw the be right back screen up and leave you guys with the music. Alrighty, we are back. I do apologize for that. But lizards are going to be lizards. And get the game capture back up. There we go. I also have a cat that's currently tearing around the house as though she's possessed. What were we doing? We were out exploring, looking for stuff. Little bit of lag. There we go. Let me finish putting stuff away. We'll see if we can get any quest progress done. And then head out and do a little bit more exploring. Because that is very much what this mod pack is based around. What mod are you part of your thermal foundations? There we go. Hi, Heather. How are you doing today? Hopefully the drive to and from work was safe. Yes, you probably should be sleeping. But thank you very much for stopping by. And while you're here, there we go. Ouch. Snowing last night and raining today. That can lead to some interesting ice situations. So silicon, which I think I have some of. I have one of. I do have sandy coal compound though, which is in a furnace. Well, that's good. Not having ice to deal with is a very good thing. Okay, so molten silicon is taking the solid and throwing it in there. Oops. I don't know what I just grabbed. I also need to remember to go feed the sheep. Thank you very much, Heather. Hope that you get some good sleep. I don't want to kill... There we go. problem with having too many rams in one pen is that eventually they will start fighting each other, and they do have the potential to kill each other. So it's usually better to either divide them up into separate pens, or just eliminate part of the problem. These guys should be melted. We need Menril, which I have one sapling. Could plant it and chance getting more. Otherwise, it shouldn't be too hard to go out and find some. I do need to think about making a saddle, or finding a saddle. Because if it does get to the point where we have enough rabbit's feet to tame a hippogriff, it's not going to help much if we don't have a saddle to go along with it. I think that the dragons also, that you also need saddles for them, but I'm not 100% sure. And the nice thing about the flower pouch is that I don't have to worry about an inventory full of flowers. There is a random tortilla. I'm off on some kind of adventure. Don't ask me exactly what we're looking for, because I'm not 100% sure myself. Hi, Nisa. Besides the mystical flowers, we still need light blue and light blue and blue mystical flowers. Pretty sure I've been exploring over this way pretty heavily already. Not quite full grown yet. No avocados for now. Thank you for the lurk, Stitch. Hope that your work goes well. Oh, there's another chameleon. I'm not going to bring more home yet. Not until I have a better space set up for them. I would at some point kind of like to add an expansion onto the house and make it more of a grassy, critter-friendly type area. I think that that would be nice. But I don't really want it outside because I'm very afraid that some mob will come along and kill them, and then I would be very unhappy. Nope, you're staying in there. You guys, however, can be moved. Eventually going to need to create a separate chest just for potions and such, because we do seem to be accumulating a fair number of them. No idea what the cork mod is. That's something that I'll have to look into at some point. Nope, come back here, Tortilla. You go in here. Okay, quest-wise. So we need menreel saplings, a gem cutter is 2 copper, a string, and a stick. Or rather, 2 of any ingot, a string, and a stick. So we've got that. On to power transportation. That is red alloy plates, glass, and lead plates. A hammer, pliers, and a gem cutter. I do not have redstone or red alloy plates. Actually, yeah, for now you'll go in there. You there, you there. So, how does one make red alloy with red alloy ingots, which is red iron compound, which is iron surrounded by redstone? So I would need 4 of those, which is 2 iron ingots, and 16 redstone, which, no. Had the math wrong on that one. But I do, at least for now, have enough redstone for it. I will need to go get more. There we go. What am I looking for? That's a very good question. I have no idea exactly what I'm looking for. Dragon bone flute we'll need at some point. Don't have a wither bone yet. So can't make the dragon bone bow or arrows. The dragon bone walls are good things to have. There was a strategy that I saw somebody using that involved the using the iron chains and dragon bone walls, because that's something that they can't break through, to pin down the larger tier 4 and 5 dragons to make them a little bit easier to deal with. Either way, though, we won't be going after any of the tier 4 or 5 dragons without better weapons and armor, because that's just asking to get into trouble. There's the... We'll need to make a new hammer, because this is going to break after making these 2 plates. After making 1 plate. So a hammer, 2 sticks or bones, string, and 2 whichever ingot. Do you happen to have the most of iron at this point? So that probably is the safest to use. Right, there are the plates. We need 4 lead plates and 3 glass and the molten silicone. I have 3 lead plates. Do I have any lead? I have lead ore. And glass. So a mining expedition will be on the list of things for the future as well. And the molten silicone. Okay, that isn't an engineer's workshop. So you, and the gem cutter. And then 4 and 2. And it's apparently going to take a lot more than that. How much does it take? Or does it all have to be the same? Ooh. Confusion, confusion. So more silicone is needed, apparently. I'm just going about this completely wrong, and we'll find out eventually. That is entirely possible as well. Because it says 1,000. There's definitely 1,000 in there. Let me try... Just because... Let me go ahead and try making a copper hammer. And seeing if somehow that works better. Because it is a gem cutter. Oh, it's because... Helps if I pay attention to what I'm actually using. Had cutters instead of pliers. So that's 2 ingots, 4 sticks. Oh well, it'll be good to have a couple of different hammers. There we go. Now it should work. Oops, did not mean to throw that. Though currently unsure as to what we're going to use it for. We need opaque fluid duct, which is copper plates and wooden plates. So going to need 3 more copper plates. I need the hammer, which I put back in here. And how does one go about making wooden plates? There it is. Okay, so it is planks. For which I will need the saw. Which I apparently decided to go and misplace somewhere. So how do I make a saw? That's 3 sticks and 2 ingots. There's a saw. Okay. So this one just needs those guys. And there we go. You can go back in there. you're coming over here. And for now, you guys can go in there. And try to clean up inventory some. Nope, didn't want to do that. Wanted to do that. Alrighty, so next challenge. Looks like we're moving into... No, that's Tech Reborn. So cutters and pliers and 3 copper ingots. Cutters and pliers are over here. Well, pliers are still in there, but the cutters are in the chest. There's copper cable. And from there, we go to insulated copper cable, which is 5 across, silicon, and the pliers. And there's that. Not quite sure what we'll be using those for yet. Don't quite have enough of a coal stash built up for me to be completely happy trying to use the coal generator. You guys can stay in here. This hammer is coming back with me and is going to stay in this chest. So that's this line down for now, waiting for mineral trees to grow. What does it take to make a dank knoll? Redstone dank knoll panels, which is a lot of coal. And a lot of redstone, so we do have to make a mining trip to make any progress there. Sandy glass is just sand and glass. Probably should have figured that. So need 10 of those. Can also be smelted to make thickened glass. Put sandy glass into a mortar to get sandy glass dust. Okay, have sandy glass dust, which doesn't sound very pleasant. Put sandy glass dust and rubber in an empty cell to obtain a filled glue compound cell. Sandy glass dust and rubber, which I have 2 of. Where do I have extra utility stuff stored? Up here. good thing I have rubber trees planted. Otherwise, it would be another long expedition to try and find some. Hello, sheep. I need to drop more food into your pen. Okay. So just need to throw this into the furnace. Which will get me everything that I need to finish up this part of the quest. And I have no idea exactly what we are going to be doing with the glue compound, but hopefully it will be something interesting. Put solid glue in the furnace to get super glue. Nope, into the chest. Thank you. Actually, you go into the chest too. Stay away from my sheep, zombie. I also do need to go out and check on the progress of the coal. I'm pretty sure that since I can no longer hear it crackling anymore, it's actually done. And there's that. So now for some reason we just have super glue cells. And inverted blue lamps. That's cool. Might be able to get rid of some of these torches and use those instead. Alright, alchemic condenser. That is what I was making all the bricks for before.